about some real news. Caller, what's your name, comment, and/or question?
Hey Ben, this is Jack from Atlanta.
Hey, how's it going, Jack?
Good. So I'm not listening.
Atlanta.
I'm sorry if my talking point is, from yesterday.
Okay.
I was listening to your show earlier tonight, and there was a gentleman who called about the ACA, and he was saying how he's got a family, he works full time.
Yep.
He pays, quite a bit for his insurance, and then he has these deductibles.
Yeah.
Now, I was actually born in Atlanta, live here now, but grew up in the UK, hence the accent.
Okay.
So, I've just got my health insurance coverage. I have a 19-month-old daughter. I've got a wife. I work full time. I wasn't aware that once you pay your premium, you still have these other payments to pay. Should you have, to me that makes no sense. Like it's kind of like, your car insurance. Surely you pay car insurance so that you then don't have to have payments out the arse to get covered. So that's insane to me.
Yeah. How long have you been? How long have you been back in the States?
5 years.
5 years. Yeah. No, it's been like it's you pay premiums and then you pay on top of those premiums. But yeah, go ahead. What's your other point?
Anyway, my point is 2 points. Number one, in regard to any sort of pushback on single payer, my point is, what do you expect us to do? Do you really think single payer is going to? Sorry, do we really think that what we currently have, or what the Republicans want, is going to be what we'll still have in say 30 years' time? Because if it's not, if that's the right way to go, why don't Canada, the UK, Finland, Sweden, etc., have private healthcare systems?
Right.
It's because it's not the best way to go.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of like, I kind of see it like the marijuana debate. We are eventually going to have marijuana being legal in all 50 states. It's going to happen. And even if you don't can get a single payer through, the point of that is, I think, that he's talking about it, that it needs to be done because it'll eventually will be done. In the same way that, okay, Obama didn't really go for anything with Gitmo until very recently, but it was good that he mentioned it because it was a talking point that eventually he
was going to get done. Right.
Had he never mentioned it, maybe he wouldn't have done it, even if he wanted to. You know what I mean? Right. So that's my point. I like Bernie because I agree with his point, but also even if he can't get it through with this obstructionist Congress, he eventually will, and he's bringing up the topic and saying, look, this is our best option. What we have now does not work. What the Republicans want will be even worse.
Right.
What do you got? That's it.
Appreciate the call, man. Oh, okay. There's another point. Okay. Let's see how long this next point. Go ahead.
Okay. So I watched the Erica Garner video.
Yeah.
And I actually cried.
Yeah.
Call me a bleeding hot liberal, but I cried. It was beautiful. And I was almost like, what's this for? Is this a Black Lives Matter thing? Like, I didn't even connect it with Bernie, even though I know it says Bernie in the title. And then I haven't watched it, but I listened to you played the audio of the Hillary Clinton one. And okay, I'm a white dude, I'm a Jewish male, but the way I sort of listened to it, I was like, this kind of sounds like old white woman getting a respectable black man to do a voiceover so that all the pseudo racists out there can respect the point. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she has to get Morgan Freeman on to make it respectable.
Yeah.
Like if she got, I don't know, if she got Jay-Z or Chris Rock or somebody,
she would have done well.
Same,
she would have done well with Jay-Z. Jay-Z would have been fine, but I hear your point, and point well taken, man. Thanks so much for the call. I got to grab these next calls. But listen, yeah, I agree with them. It was, I mean, damn, come on, Morgan Freeman. You know better, but apparently maybe he likes her. Maybe he likes her. I wanted to say something about what he said, and then I'll throw it to you guys. Last night, I think the Democratic Party doesn't realize that the revolution has already happened. You know, he was alluding to this. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. I shouldn't even try it. But my UK friend from Atlanta. He was alluding to the fact that that Bernie Sanders talking about this is already putting it in play. It's like inevitable now. It's going to come eventually, you know, just like Guantanamo Bay, even though you guys disagree with me that on last night about that. But it came about eventually. It's going to come about eventually. So the thing is that they're laughing at this idea of revolution, right? They are really mocking it at this point. And I don't think they realize that the revolution has already occurred right underneath them. The entire Democratic electorate is totally different at this point. It's at the point now where you don't have a solidified black block anymore. That block is being divided based on class, and it's going to continue to divide based on class so long as you have these Ivy League elitist, economically privileged people trying to tell us people who are living paycheck to paycheck that economics doesn't matter. As long as they're driving conversations like that, then it's going to put a division even more in the Democratic Party, where now the revolution has already taken place. Win or lose in the fall, the revolution is here, and this progressive movement is not going anywhere. And I don't think the Democratic Party realizes that. What do you guys think? Oh boy, let's keep these lines open so that you can just talk. Like, you know, go ahead. What do you think, Solomon? Looks like you had something to say.
I think that seeing the Nevada Republican results, I don't think the establishment is going to understand it until Bernie starts winning at the level Trump is winning. Until it hits them, these new polls and the data they're showing with essentially now an equal share of voters are supporting Bernie and Hillary, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. That means it's 50-50 nationally. There's in this country, for the Democratic Party, there's an equal share of people right now who want to vote for Bernie and Hillary. That is huge.
Right.
But it took them Trump winning New Hampshire, South Carolina, and Nevada, and about to clear the entire South on Super Tuesday after, for them to say, oh, yeah, that's something big has happened in the Republican Party. Like, progressives have been saying this for like almost since Sarah Palin, essentially. Like, and they're just now seeing it. It's going to take a while for establishment figures to understand what's happening on the Democratic side, and I don't think it's going to happen until Bernie is literally at the convention.
And go ahead, Anoa.
Well, I mean, oh yeah, I'm on. Okay, I agree, but I also feel like they're not paying attention with the low voter turnout. They're in la la land. We've all said it. We've had low voter turnout the last 2012, 2014 elections, 2010 elections. We've been hemorrhaging seats, not just in Congress, but also in our state houses. I mean, when you look at a map of the U.S. state houses, our governor positions, it's almost completely red. It's unrecognizable, and they're not doing anything. They're not really looking at anything. Why are voters not showing up? It's not even that they're leaving the party. People just aren't showing up. People aren't coming out. You know, Nevada had like abysmally low voter turnout this past Saturday. And everyone's like, well, his revolution is not working. No, it's not that his revolution is not working. We're seeing the percentages that there are high numbers of people who are first-time voters, or in that case, first-time caucus goers, or people who haven't voted in a long time. So those people are coming out. We're coming out. It's traditionally the people that usually count on to vote. They're not showing up for whatever reason, and the party is just too busy trying to crown their queen that they're not really looking at the serious issue. And the hubris is going to be the collective downfall. I mean, everyone keeps saying, well, we need her because she's the one that's going to beat the GOP. Are you people like all the polls Solomon just referenced? Are you looking at any of them? I mean, she barely beats Trump. I think the most recent one I saw, she was beating Trump by a point. There's another one that shows she loses to everybody. So, I mean, it's a problem across the board, and we can't ignore it. We can't just continue to attack Bernie and say it's unrealistic. Like, we have a real serious issue. They said the same thing about the Tea Party. The Tea Party was unrealistic. It was never going to happen.
You're taking my fire. Go ahead.
But I'm just saying, though, like I hate the comparison of us to the Tea Party, but at the same time, that ignorance and that hubris within the establishment of the party is similar. You cannot disregard people who are willing to like tear your house down to make something happen that's better.
Listen, let me say this about the Tea Party, because Bill Clinton pissed me off royally last week when he compared us to the Tea Party.